Nick was my best friend, my biggest supporter, and he was always there for me. Nick was in an accident. He fell off the back of the golf cart and hit his head on the golf cart path and cracked it open and was knocked unconscious. When I got to the hospital, they were wheeling him in on a stretcher and he was covered in blood. They told me they were taking him in for an emergency surgery to stop the swelling of his brain. Nick was in an induced coma for about a month. When he woke up, he was moving his right arm and his right leg and he could wave. We just thought he was going to be okay. In July of last year, he was transferred to a long-term acute care facility. So he was 75% better. He could even talk. We started talking about renewing our wedding vows and getting remarried. On his birthday, the doctors told me that Nick wasn't doing very well. He wasn't responding. He wasn't waking up. He was running a 101 temperature, and that they wanted to take him for another emergency brain surgery. Nick passed away a few months later. He died November 11th, 2015. The long-term care facility called me 2 a.m. and said that Nick had died and that I had 24 hours to remove his body. So I told him, give me a minute. I just needed time to process it in my own way. It made me angry that they didn't have enough compassion that they could even wait a day and that give me time to grieve. I was mad at them. I'm mad that my husband's gone. I'm mad that I have to be the one to tell my kids that he's dead. No one tells you how to do that.
Lisa, it's good to meet you. As I've said to your family members here, I want to first say I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
What did you say to yourself when you got that phone call?
Nothing really. I just had to kind of breathe and I had to kind of like, man up. Like, it's me now. I got 4 kids I got to raise.
So have you felt really alone in this?
Yeah. But I'm strong. I can handle it.
The grieving process is very different. People go through it in different ways. And I've always said that the length and breadth of how you grieve is not reflective of the length and breadth of how much you loved. I mean, if somebody grieves for 3 years, that doesn't mean they loved someone more than somebody that grieves for 3 months. Everybody's different. Do you feel like you have grieved? Have you had the time, or are you fixed in time?
No, I was married 20 years to my best friend. So I think in maybe 20 years I'll quit grieving. I don't know. Never did it before, so.
So you're not sure you know how to do it?
No, I know how to do it. It's just hard. It's painful. It's agonizing. It's suffering that nobody really wants to go through, but no, I do it every day. I just breathe in, and some days I cry, some days I laugh, sometimes I do both.
You made some statements about your grieving and about how you were doing it. You said coping with pain is hard. I'm not strong. You said I drink every day to deal with the pain. I started drinking the day Nick died. Now I drink every night. I don't think I'm an alcoholic. 3 weeks ago, I blacked out, fell down and hit my head. I had a pretty bad concussion. Since then, I've tried to drink less. I've been smoking a little weed just to take the edge off. My family doesn't understand my grief, and they don't support me. My dad thinks I'm an alcoholic. He visited me last week and told me I was an embarrassment, a horrible mother, and a bad role model for my children. I'm absolutely still grieving. I was married 20 years. I'll probably grieve another 20 years. It sounds like you're self-medicating with alcohol.
Yeah.
Does it help?
No. I have a concussion, post-concussive syndrome. I have been vomiting since September 24th. I went to the ER like 8 times. I was at the ER this morning, 2 a.m.
But you're continuing to drink.
I said I cut back. I drink sometimes I don't.